All right, let's get this started. Let's get this thing started. I'm gonna go into this. What's it doing? Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So this is the ES chart. Okay. Let me turn this back to red. You want to illustrate that? All right. All right. Man. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Okay. All right, so we're just going to get started. Man. Today was definitely a challenging day. Not necessarily because we got this bullish move up. But for any of those that caught the stream, for some reason, my analysis was definitely on point. However, my execution was not that great. And man, did we miss. Man, this was a crazy day. But before we jump into that, let's look at the news. Let's prepare ourselves for tomorrow, seeing what we have. So, kind of going over what happened today. So we had two major news releases. The first one was the ADP employment change, and you can see that it came in under expectation at 152K when the market was expecting 173K. The reason why this is significant is because the Fed has already stated that they are looking at this, and that, or at least for the market sentiment, this should show the Fed that the market is slowing, and that employment came under expectation, and it should be an easy decision on the road to a rate cut. Also, the Fed has said that they were also looking at the ISM services. It did come in above expectation, and usually anything above 50 shows growth. So this data combined with this data, we're going to actually look at that on the chart, but you can see that we initially did not have a reaction to the employment change data, but we had a quick sell-off to the ISM services because this would throw a wrench in the rate cut discussion. However, once we got this dip, the bulls took full advantage of this dip, and the market did not even look back. So brother Fisa, how'd you do today? I think so today was definitely a challenging day for me. So I was trying to get in long. So initially in the beginning of the session, I saw an opportunity to go short. We actually planned for the market to go short around that 24 to 28 range. Now, when the session started, the market was sitting at 328. I was actually going to take that short. I hesitated on taking that short, and I missed that whole entire move down. And then I hesitated on taking the long and missed that first pump up. I was actually going to get in on a retest. I set my limit around 310 or 39. I forgot which one. And then I moved it down because I thought the market was going to sell off a little bit more. I don't know why I was self-sabotaging this morning, but my analysis was on point, but my execution was not. So I wasn't able to participate in this long that we got today, unfortunately. I did try for a short. The short was profitable for like 2 seconds, and then the bulls came right back in, and I took a loss on that trade. So, and then after that, I just stayed away from the charts because obviously the trades that I wanted to take, I missed. That was going to be profitable. Those I messed up on those, but the one trade that I did take, that's the one that I took a loss on. So I don't know what was going on with me today. I don't know why I was in self-sabotage mode. I was very disappointed in my execution. I was sitting at my desk just thinking about how poorly my trading went today. And as I shared before, when I get on these win streaks, I get into this slump where I just start to self-sabotage. I don't know why I do it, but I've recognized that that's what I start to do once I'm on a big win streak. I don't know. I just start to self-sabotage. That's all I know. So I didn't do as good as I wanted to today, but I will just come back stronger. So after the market closed, I will say that I had the market clarity of why the market pumped. I mean, it made so much sense. I don't know why I had this clarity after the market closed. I should have actually had this clarity when the session started, or I should have thought about this. I mean, even though we had a bad ISM or a good ISM services number, this is what the market was actually really wanting to see. This ADP employment change, because this is actually a part or a what's the word I'm looking for? This kind of gives foresight into non-farm payrolls. And because this number came in as under expectation, we can almost expect non-farm payrolls to come in just the same. And I don't know why I didn't recognize that at the start of the session. I don't know why. I don't know why I tried to short this move, because obviously this was a news pump. But I didn't recognize that until after the market closed today. So, but that doesn't matter. The market's closed. It did what it did. We'll just come back stronger. So we did have some levels marked out, but for some reason Top Step X keeps deleting my levels, and I have no clue why it does that. I have no clue why it does that. I really don't know why it does that, but it does. And this is why I don't necessarily have all my drawings on this chart, because they disappear. But getting back to the point. So here on the Nasdaq, now we're back in a situation where there is no price action to the left. We have no price action to the left. It was obvious that the market's objective was to take out this all-time high. Price is traded up into, I think, 108, I believe. Yeah, I think the high of the day was 108. Yeah, 108.25 was the high. So when we get into a situation where there's literally no price action to the left to go off of, we're going to have to kind of use the price action that forms overnight. And on top of that, we're going to have to actually really consider the key psychological levels. Now, it's not really a surprise that the market rejected at 108. For some reason, the psychological levels that the market likes to touch is first it'll touch 94 to 97 before it hits that 100 mark. And then after it hits that 100 mark, it usually stops between 108 and 115, missing that 120 mark. And then after it gets to that 120 mark, then the next level is at 150, and it usually front runs that level at 140. So we're going to have to really just pay attention to how the Nasdaq trade. Now, yeah, you know, honestly, Alfred, I was actually thinking about you. I was thinking about you. I was like, man, Alfred got that all-time high hit. And I was like, yo, I wasn't surprised that the market hit all-time highs. I was not surprised. But damn. But so the question is, now that we've taken out all-time highs, what is the next step for the market? We've taken out all-time highs. I have a hard time believing that there's going to be buyers up here at this level because there's no reference to the left. I mean, buyers can keep buying, but at the same time, give me a second. I hear my daughter crying. Yeah, they always say that your kids is going to be a worse version of you. So just imagine my stubbornness in a female body. She's a female me. And now I get to experience what other people experience. Man, that girl is so damn stubborn. But anyway, so yeah, so now that we've taken out all-time highs and there's no price action to the left, usually in situations like this, we're going to get a big correction down. Usually. Because there's nobody. Well, let me rephrase that. It's hard to justify to continue to trade price higher when there's no reference to the left. None. And it's going to be harder for buyers to continue to buy up this high when they don't really have an exit plan. Now, that doesn't mean that the market can't continue to trade higher. I would just find it hard to believe that it would. I would really find it hard to believe. You said you heard the doubt in my voice? Yeah, no. I was doubting that the market would take out all-time highs today. I was doubting that. That's exactly what I was doubting. But the market short showed everybody that this bull euphoria, this expectation that the Fed is going to cut rates, like, people do not want to miss this train. They missed the first run up, and people are like, no, we're not missing the second one. They're not missing the second one, and they're showing it through their actions. But I want to point something out. Look at all this. Price has traded through 3 supply zones without no price action. And you can clearly see it on the hour chart. Look how the market just basically traded straight through it. Straight through 3 supply zones. And these zones that I've marked out, these are higher time frame supply zones. So there was no price action as price traded into this area. There was no price action. It was just straight up. Straight up. And as I was looking over the charts as the market closed, I'm not going to lie, my bear instincts are kicking in. They're definitely kicking in. We usually don't see a move like this with no price action. We usually don't see the market trade up through 3 areas of supply and then make a continuation higher. We usually don't see that. What I'm expecting is for price to pull down into one of these areas. And if I look at my chart and really look at the price action, I mean, there's an area obviously at 19K that people can come in at. There's an area at, I think the 19K will be that area first, because there's another area at 18,913, because that's where you see this basing right here. No, it's right here. Yeah, we can definitely see them coming right here. This 981 level. Yeah, about 913, 915. We do have this area right here. E64, 823. We've got this breakout here at 850. That's another level. So I'm looking for a pullback. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the market to pull back, because like I said, I would find it hard to believe that they keep trading price higher without no price action. And then we have non-farm payroll on Friday. So I'm going to assume that the market is going to want to position itself for that number. And I do see an area where you said the last one sold out 400 points. No. Yeah, I think we see that today, because, or tomorrow. I think we see that because nobody's not going to buy this thing and keep it going up without no reference to the left. I mean, retail will do it, but not anybody that has to answer to somebody about why they continue to buy when there's no reference to the left. But at the same time, that's logic. The market is not acting logically right now. So, we'll see. So yeah, so this is our first time that we are, when do we hit all-time highs? So I think all this happened in one day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because we had as soon as we took out those all-time highs, we came back down, and then we came up. Because I think the first one was PPI and then CPI. I think this was PPI and CPI, if I'm not mistaken. And then once we ran out of news, we got this big dump down. The bulls came back in. But you can see that they were having a hard time maintaining it, because, I mean, we got this big move off of news. I don't think there was no news after that, no big news. And you can see that slowly but surely, the bulls kind of gave this up. The bears took over, and now the bulls are back in control again. And now we're back in the same situation yet again. So for right now, at least on the NQ, the only thing that we can do is just mark out levels of where, if we do get a pullback, where we can potentially see a long. But I think the first, we'll see what happens here at, well, no, I don't think if they pull back, I don't think that 19K will hold. I don't think 19K will hold. It may hold, but I'm thinking that they're going to want a deeper pullback, especially going through all these areas of resistance without any price action, because there's no proof of exchange. So I'm thinking the way that we came up is the same way that we come down. And we had that breakout at 753. It looks like we had the breakout at 755. Yeah, this is where we had the breakout right here at 755. So this is where, if we get this either today or tomorrow or Friday, I believe that if price trades into this area, we're going to possibly see this is where the bulls really come back in here. Because we can definitely get this if the market doesn't like the news for non-farm payroll. And we had another level breakout here at 875. 875, but I think 913. Hey, what's up? Stocks finance won't do that much. No, Alfred, I don't believe that it will either. I don't believe, because that ADP is gonna outshine jobless claims going into tomorrow. So we don't have any major news coming out tomorrow. So I really believe that the market is going to probably use tomorrow as a day to set up the market for non-farm payroll. We actually might range tomorrow. We may get a range tomorrow. Because when the market doesn't know where to go next, when it asks itself, okay, so we've taken out the market objective, where do we go from here? But nobody wants to take it higher. Nobody takes it lower. We usually get a range. And I think we may see that. Nine. So yeah, so this is going to be a level where I'm going to be looking at, because now I see that the 21 EMA, I got this 913 level on my chart, but I see that the 21 EMA is currently at 919. So I think that might actually be a gray area. So 920. I mean, 7. To 857. I'll just put it at 855. Probably 60, because this resistance area. So basically this range. I can see the market come and tap back into here. And we can see the market kind of shoot up from here. Hold on, give me a second. I don't know. Give me a second. Man. All right. All right. Man. Anyway. So you say you missed the entire move today because of work? Yeah. I missed it because of executional errors, but we're not going to talk about that anymore. It's going to. So anyway, so yeah, right now these are the two areas that I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow with the NQ, because I do believe that we get a pullback. I would find it hard to believe anybody continues to buy up here. So I do think looking for a pullback. Yeah, so 855. 855, 855. $855, 822. Yeah, okay, yeah, that looks good. That looks good for right now. So yeah, basically this range. I mean, I would say 920, but I think 920 is going to get ran. So from 915 to 875. I will kind of focus on this area and see how price reacts once it trades into it. I do see another level where the bulls broke out at 855 as well. And this is another area where they broke out. So this could be a potential area where they actually might come in at 855 as well. But like I said, this actually might crash tomorrow. Because if you look at the hourly chart, look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green candles, no red candles at all. It will be absolute craziness for this to keep going up without a pullback. Absolute craziness with no pullback. So just be mindful of that. All right, with that said, let's jump over to the ES chart. I think we've kind of got everything with the Nasdaq. So actually, let me just write that down real quick. Just write that down. Okay, so about roughly what was this level? About 875. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to be looking for a pullback to about 915, roughly 875. I mean, right now you really can't accurately pinpoint or snipe a level because a lot of these levels got ran through. You can see that there was little to no exchange as price was trading through these higher time frame supply area. And usually when we get into a situation where price has taken out all-time highs, the market usually doesn't know what to do. We usually range until somebody takes control of the market. We usually get a move to the downside. And as Alfred pointed out, the last time we made all-time highs, we had a drop of 400 points. Now, I'm not saying that we get a drop of 400 points tomorrow, but what I will be looking for is price to be trading back into these areas where there were prior resistance. And this area where price initially broke out at 855. And this ultimate area down here at around 750, where you can see that this, after we got a breakout from this level, the market did not turn back. So this will be considered a breakout from this level. I would expect the market to come back, retest this level, and this is where either the market is going to crash or the market is going to make an attempt to retest its high. So that's what I'm going to be looking at for tomorrow, at least on the NQ. All right, so for the... Hey, Gangway, I know your friends don't want to even see you today. I know they don't even want to see you today. They don't want no messages from you at all. At all. Today was brutal for fucking bears, man. Today was brutal for bears. Brutal. The bulls didn't even give him a chance to say, hey, do you want some lube with that? They just took it from him. They just took it from him. They didn't ask permission or nothing. They just took it. Crazy. Yeah, Gangway, I know. I mean, as a bear myself, I was looking at this price action and I was just in disbelief the entire day. And I'm in disbelief. You're not banned here. I mean, even though me and Smith, we're bears at heart. We trade the charts. And I'll be a bull. But I'll hate every second of it, but I will definitely be a bull. But yeah, the bears, especially on ES. So the NQ, we expect the type of price action that we got on the NQ. We expect that. What we don't expect ever as ES traders is for the ES to try to be a bad bitch just like NQ and do the same exact thing. The same exact thing. And this is why Gainweight's bear friends don't want to hear from him today. He's been blocked on every messages. He can't even say, hey, what's up? Y'all guys want to go out for some beers? His bear friends are like, nah, fuck Gainweight right now. He's part of the problem. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got one red candle, 7, 8. The ES does not trade like this. So you know that if the ES is trading like this, that means that something is up. Another thing that happened on the ES today is that, so if y'all remember the last time, SPY and ES hit its all-time highs, but the Nasdaq didn't. But this time around, SPY and the Nasdaq hit its all-time highs, but the ES didn't. The ES hit its all-time highs maybe a few seconds before the session closed at around like 3, or I'm sorry, around like 3 or 4, almost close to 4. And that's when it hit its all-time highs. And then after the session opened, you can see that it traded up a little bit higher, and it looks like it's trying to sell off right now. At least that's how it appears. And just like on the ES, you can see that the market did not ask the bears for permission for anything. They straight traded through these levels of resistance. We got no pullback, and we got a new high at the start of this session. Now, the bears did get one victory today with this drop right here, but you can see that the bulls immediately bought this right back up. Before the stream ended, I did try a short here. So I got in short at around like 40, I think 47.75. And then I had a scale in at like 53. After I got filled on this one, I cut this one because I was like, man, if it gets up here, I know that shit's going to run. I know it's going to run. So initially, my position was in profit. And I'm not going to lie. All I wanted was my 10 points. That's it. I wanted 10 points. That was it. But the bulls said, nah, y'all don't, nah. This is as far enough as it goes. And of course, it stopped me out. Of course, I got stopped out of this trade. Of course I did. And after I got stopped out of this trade, I just walked away. I walked away from the screen because I know that I have a tendency of revenge trading when stuff like that happens. And I just walked away. Yeah, I just walked away from the screen after that. And I just sat at my desk, at my other desk, and just thought about what the hell happened today because I missed this long. And here I am looking for a short that maybe would have worked if the market wasn't being fueled off of the news that we got today. But that doesn't even matter. What matters is that I lost and that I try to look for a short with all this bullishness. So, I mean, it is what it is. You said, nah, I haven't checked it yet. I'm gonna look. So Gameway said that he put some in the Discord. I guess this is all his bear friends right here. This is all his bear friends. Yeah, this is exactly what happened to the bears today. The market is showing the bears no love at all. No love at all. All right, so let's look at these levels for the ES. So I do see a level at 45. I do see a level here at 45. But honestly, as I'm talking about this level right here reminded me of what happened the first time we touched 368 and price was selling off. I remember trying to go long as a let's see what happened trade at 345, and price traded right through it. Well, actually, I'm not gonna try to look for it. Price rate traded right through that level. Actually, the market sold completely off that day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the market definitely did. Yeah, the first time we touched all-time highs at this 368 level, we got a bounce. We got our first bounce at 322. 322 was the first time we got a bounce. The market sold off at 342. And that's when I think we hit the low of day of 272. So the question is, will this be a recap of the last time we touched this level? Will the market sell off the entirety of tomorrow? the same way it did the last time? That's the question with the ES. So if we look at that 22 level, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. Yeah, gain weight. I thought about you when it touched 360. I was like, yo, you must have a software that provides gamma levels. You have to have a software that provides gamma levels, because there's no way that you sat there, looked at the charts and said 360. You got to have a software that has gamma levels. So what is it? Tell us. Share with us. You have to have gamma levels on the software that you're looking at. Because there's no way that you look at the charts and say, yeah, we're going to 360 when the market dumped to about 300 points today, or 300. I think the low that we got to was like 305 or 307, and then it went straight up. You just looked at the chart and said, that's where we're going at? Hey, man, he was absolutely right. When it touched 360, I was like, I know Gamewave's going to talk shit. I was like, I know he's going to talk shit. I know he is. But yeah, look at this. We got our first bounce the first time at 322. Look at where we broke out. Look at where we broke out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get the same exact price action that we got the last time. I wouldn't be surprised. Because the market likes to repeat itself. And that was the first area where we got our bounce. And on top of this being the area where we got our breakout from, I was actually talking about this 324 level to 328 level yesterday, about a potential area for the bears to come in to try to short this. Now we got a breakout at 323. So that tells me that the market participants was trying to short this level at 323. And it was unsuccessful, obviously, because we got the short run higher. So I wouldn't be surprised if the market trades back into this area. We get a bounce of rebalancing an area somewhere after we get the price action down for an attempt to retest this high. But like I said, I think the market's going to set itself up for tomorrow. And the market sold off all the way to 273 the last time we did this. So 273, let's look at what price did. Oh, wow, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. Wow. It's not a coincidence, but wow, what a coincidence. Look at this low. So if we get a repeat from our last session, it would make sense. We got support here at 273. We got a breakout here at 323. So if we see a complete replay of last time's price action, it wouldn't be a surprise to me. I do feel that the bulls, or at least price on its way back down to retest some of these areas, that the bulls are going to try to buy this up. I do expect that. I also expect the bears to be weak as they are and fail. I also expect that, but I'm going to focus on price action, and depending on what the market does tomorrow, I'll have more information for tomorrow's stream. But right now, I think we're going to get a repeat of the last time that we was here at this level. That's my current bias for right now. That is definitely my current bias for right now. I do see on Bookmap that there is a bunch of buy orders here at 305. At 305, they have a bunch of orders here. It makes sense. I mean, this is the area that started all this. It makes sense for them to buy it here. But we're just gonna have to see what tomorrow gives us for real. Yeah, so oh, I also see a level here at 312 as well. Okay, so I already got this. So there's a level here at 312. Hmm. Yeah, so all right. I mean, I think so. So for right now, that's all I have. The market is currently selling off, or it is not selling off, but the bears are making an attempt to sell price off. And actually, let's look at SPY real quick. Let's look at SPY. So there was a lot of volume in this candle right here. And this was a candle at the end of the day. At 245, you got all this volume pushing price up higher. And price was able to get to that 535 level. And that 535 level was a key level. It was definitely a key level. And at the time we was looking at it, you can see that's the biggest gamma level right here. So the market reached its objective on SPY. We still have some positive gamma up here, but like I said, I highly doubt for the market to keep on going without any reference to the left. Mm. It says Gangway says those are shorts looking for targets trying to make you in retail short. Hey, I try not to focus on stuff like that. I mean, if I take a trade, it will 99% of the time be because of the price action. The price action has gotten me this far. I know that the market is trading irrationally, but I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change from that. But what I will give you, Gainway, about these gamma levels, I only use them as references. I don't necessarily use them as targets or anything. I usually use them as a reference to where the market could go. That's usually how I use gamma levels, because 9 times out of 10, the market usually gets there. It may not get there in one shot, but eventually it gets there. So that's kind of how I like to use gamma levels, as just reference points. And if price does get here, then I know to, all right, so they've completed this objective. Price got to this gamma level. Where can it go from here? Yeah, I don't necessarily focus on it. I just use it as reference. I just use it as a reference. But all right, so for right now, that's all I have. We're going to see if we get a repeat from the last time we touched this level. I mean, that's all we can do at this point. We have nothing to reference price to the left. And we're just going to have to now depend on the price action overnight to determine what direction we should trade in. Obviously, the bulls have momentum, but I doubt that there's going to be strong buyers here at the top of this level unless we get a strong breakout higher and a pullback. The bulls holding that pullback, then I will feel more comfortable taking a long. But if that doesn't happen, then I would have to look for a short opportunity. Even though, like I said, it's like a short opportunity is now a death wish at this point. But I can't trade no other way than that. So, but all right, guys, I appreciate you guys joining. We'll do this again tomorrow morning at New York Open. We'll continue to make some money. And peace out. Nice. Nice.